acquiring English.
Hi guys, so right now I'm with my friends and we're at Vegas, and well, over here in United States you talk English obviously, and the way that I have been acquiring English is practicing it, like ordering things or talking to people that are here, maybe asking for prices or anything that has to do with that. I also have lived here, so having friends that are Americans and constantly being with them makes me practice English, not only what I learn in class, but also talking about our likes and our dislikes. Also, I have learned English since I was 3. I have learned it since kindergarten, and we had always practiced it in school. Learning it in school also helped me a lot because they showed me grammar and ways of communicating and linking ideas, so I could be good at communicating everything in English. And also learning from the age of 3 has helped me to think in English and not only like thinking in Spanish and introducing it to English. One way of acquiring English that I lived through my life was always listening to music and watching movies in English.
Well, hi vlog. So my experience learning English or like acquiring language, it's been kind of different for each language I've been learning over the years. For example, my mother language is Spanish, so for me learning Spanish was more like my mom will like read me on Spanish, we will listen to music in Spanish, and she will use like objects as reference to words, like for example, I don't know, this orange, she will say naranja, this is naranja marifer, and I will be like, oh okay, so this is the color orange on Spanish. And she will also put me like TV shows in Spanish and stuff. As for English, it was a little bit more different, since she just speaks a little bit of English. First, like started buying books on English. She will read me on English too, like in Spanish. But she mostly put like TV shows on English, kids TV shows in that time. There was a channel called PBS Kids where I will watch shows like Word Girl, Clifford, Cyber Chase, Martha Speaks, Arthur, and etc. And that will help a lot because those shows were actually for kids to learn. So I will make like, and it was like, I'm a very visual person, so that really helped me to understand more English. And over time, well, my mom put me on school, and in school I will start learning about spelling, about grammar, about writing. And when I became like more interested in learning English, I started listening music on English and watching like YouTube or a series or movies on English, and that really helped me. But I think something really interesting about learning language, I think that everything like depends on you. Like if you really want to learn a language, you will learn it eventually if you like put the effort. Because I remember that when I was finishing middle school, they will teach us French. And I did like the language, it was like cool, and they will show you things about the culture and stuff, but I really was not into it. So like right now, if you like tell me, oh, say something on French, I will say like really short words like bonjour or bonsoir. That's all. Like nothing that much because I was not that interested in learning. So yeah.
Hi, my name is Paris and I'm going to tell you how I acquired English and my experience with it. But first of all, I'm going to tell you the theme about acquiring English as a second language from a person. It takes time and guidance from family, friends, and teachers. Teachers actually are the main guidance that a person needs because the teaching and education that they give us is essentially for us to learn. Many Mexican American people become effective bilinguals after they learn English. We personally think that language has to do with your identity as an individual person, since you acquire your native language and according to your family, ethnicity, and geographic position that you are. Not also for native language. This can also be applied for the second one that was learned. We personally think that language has to do with your identity as an individual person. Since you acquire your native language according to your family, ethnicity, and geographic position that you are. Not also for native language. This can also be applied for the second one we learned. Now I'm going to talk about how I acquired English as my second language. It was at a really young age, younger than I am now, when I was like 3 or 4 years old, because my parents and I moved to San Diego for 3 years, and in those years I had to learn the language for the classes and to communicate with other people. Then we moved back to Tijuana, and at that time I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I started to go to school again, but in my own language, that was Spanish. And the only part of the day that we could speak English again was an English class. And with those classes and my time that I had in San Diego, I learned English.